What I thought was interesting is Cowboy's comments before, and Chin and I talked about on the Big Brown Breakdown, how Cowboy went with the MMA Athletes Association. Cowboy's one of the faces, right? And talked about it. Mm-hmm. And then right, Dana does an interview and goes, I was surprised by that, and then belittles Cowboy, which is what I had an issue with. Belittles him, goes, guy never fought for a champion. He's been in this main events, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't deserve this, and I still hooked him up. I wish he would have came and talked to me. And then Cowboy goes and I guess he meets with Dana, and they're all good. They're all good, and Cowboy's fine. Everything's okay. And this reminds me of, and I'm not comparing Dana to a shark or a lion here, but whenever a lion attacks, and I always talk about how you have to be a team. If this, and I have a meeting after this to speak about it, but that Mixed Martial Arts Athletes Association, you have to be think of fucking 300. Think of the Spartans of 300. Mm-hmm. Think how strong they are as a team. Mm-hmm. Now, if one of them goes off on their own, or think of a bunch of fucking zebras. Everybody
has to be able to lift their shield.
Well, yes, there you go. Everyone has to lift their shield. Now, if you're a group and you're a bunch of zebras, and one of you decide to wander off on this direction, that lion's gonna go, come here. Especially if you're a badass zebra that can kick people in the face. Mm-hmm. He's going to go, come here, let me talk to you. He's going to convert you into maybe fuck that tribe and let's go hang over here. Mm. So my thing is with Donald, and if you're going to call yourself a cowboy, cowboys don't listen to that. Does that make sense? So, right. It's tough because Donald, he has so much to lose. More, and to be honest, he has more to lose than anyone on that panel.
Yes.
Because he can be a champion.
He's in the middle of a thriving... He's never looked better.
He's never looked better. He can be the champion at 70. Dana controls that fate.
Yep.
So as a friend of his and as a fighter, I go, I get it, man. I get it. You had to talk with him. You guys came to an agreement.
And they have history. They've been friends for a long time. They've known each other a long time.
Careful, because you're friends with a promoter. You're friends with the shark.
Right.
At the end of the day, the shark has to eat.
But they've been...
And the shark has to eat.
Right.
Don't get twisted. There's a big difference between friends and then being friends with a promoter. Huge difference.
Of course there is.
Because if Donald loses 3 in a row, that friend doesn't answer your phone call anymore. Mm. Oh, that friend's not giving you sponsor anymore. That friend's not paying for you when you get in trouble at bars. Mm. The big difference, because we're friends.
Right.
And no matter what, if I lost 9 fights in a row, I can call you. You're going to help me. Mm-hmm. Big difference.
Yeah.
It's a business friend relationship.
Yep.
There's a reason why they didn't single out Tim Kennedy and take him to the side and talk to him. Mm-hmm. They didn't take Cain Velasquez to the side and talk to him. You're not talking to those guys. They get the shiny guy. You're not talking to those guys. You're talking to the guy who's the most easy to manipulate and the guy who has
most
the
visible.
No, because GSP's there, but the most to lose. Does that make sense?
Most to lose, yeah.
And I'm not mad at Cowboy for it at all. And I think, and it's not a Cowboy issue, it's the association's issue. Because you guys should have had your shit together where you're a unit. Where everyone, hey man, they might talk to you here. Here's what's going on.
But we don't know what the talk was with him and Dana, right? We don't know anything about it. Maybe we do. All right. I don't know anything.
What we do know is Cowboy's kind of like, I didn't sign anything.
Okay.
I'm not part of the association. You know what I'm saying? There's wavering in his. You know what I'm saying?
Tough. He's got a lot to lose. I've never been in that position. You know, he's in the middle of an amazing career. He's making a lot of money.
Which is what you need to make change.
Yep. Yeah. So it goes, right, with unions. So it goes with fighters. So it goes.
That's not even the biggest hurdle. I'm not mad at Cowboy at all. I'm not. You got to do what you got to do. The union is suing the association. So they say they want the same thing, but they're not a unit. If you want the same thing, they would get together.
The union? What do you mean the union?
So there's a union and an association.
Oh.
The union's mad at the association for whatever reason. I think they're suing them or there's some sort of weird dispute.
Both are in their fledgling stages here.
Yeah, but it'd be so much better if they were a unit together. Instead, they're fighting. So it's like if you're a lion, you're laughing at the zebras and gazelle fight each other. Look at these idiots.
Yeah.
And they still got to come up here. Let them kill each other because they still got to get up here eventually. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And you just let them do it. I wouldn't even, if I'm the UFC, I don't even acknowledge what everyone's talking about right now.
I think what you're saying is that important to get your ducks together, important to
before you do anything.
Unified front, important to figure out, to know that there are going to be challenges presented to you as you're trying to make this thing a reality.
And unless you're that 300, lift your shield, state of mind, we're all on the same page. We all have our shields up. You can try and you can try to penetrate it. Good luck. but we know what we got to do, and we're not wavering from that. You're not doing shit. It's hard enough already. And then you have the guy with the fucked up shield and the fucked up back named Bjorn speaking for the group. With the 300 soldiers, you have that Quasimodo speaking for the group. All right, well, fuck, man. Sorry to go on a tirade there, but it's just it is what it is. I was the same way.
Well, time will tell. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out. But these are always the challenges that any association or union trying to get together does, especially
it's just business 101 as far as the fundamentals of getting together and being a core unit and being a team. If you can't even do that, your chances of getting anything passed or making any changes, if you can't do this at the starting line,
right,
you ain't getting over there. Because you're gonna have to jump through hell and high water to get there.
Right.
You guys can't even start. You can't even get past the finish line. Finish line, you'll have to dress the same and have the same goal. Right now, he's in a yellow fucking onesie. You don't even have shoes on.
You need a team.
You have sandals on. Right. You think we're tubing in the river. You have one eye. Like we can't. You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be a tight Navy SEAL unit.
Yes.
Yeah. One mission.
Yeah. Instead, what's your mission?
There is only the mission.
My mission is to get paid. What's yours? More donuts. Okay, well, that's not our mission.
There is only the mission.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah. One unified front.
I don't mean to keep harping on it, but.
Well, what you're saying is if you want to get this done, because the forces against you are pretty formidable, you better be a unified front.
And then we see Cowboy like, hey, man. Hey, bro. Cowboys don't act that way.
Well, Cowboy's a fighter, right? Cowboy's a fighter first. Cowboy's a fighter, and a damn good one.
That mentality is why nothing will ever change. I hate that shit. They're fighters. Fighters fight.
That's true, though.
Well, fighters get taken advantage of.
Lawyers do, right. That's why
no.
Lawyers.
Nope. This is the problem. And you and I can get this if you want right now.
Yeah.
That's the problem when people go, fighters fight, that's all they should worry about. That's fine, but then you can't complain when you get treated like shit and we get paid fairly and they sell for $4 billion and you guys are making 8% of that.
That's true.
Fighters fight, though. Fighters fight, bro.
It's true.
That's what they do. Okay. Football players catch footballs and throw footballs, but they get 50%. Baseball players swing wooden bats and hit baseballs. They get 50%. Basketball players jump in the air and dunk basketballs. They get 53%. Don't give me that shit. Because we are risking our lives. We are changing the chemistry of our brain and our bodies for that 8%.
Right.
Fighters don't fight. Fighters need to fight, and they need to be intelligent, and they need to have a game plan, be on the same page. So when you finally do retire, you have something in the bank. You have something to look forward. Otherwise, you're going to be broke, brain trauma, and good luck finding a job because you spent 10 years of your life dedicated to this sport.
You hear that? Preach. That's a good distinction. If you want to get more than 8%,
don't give me this fighters fight because basketball players dunk basketballs and jump in there with their fat dicks. But they get 53%.
How do you know they all have fat dicks?
I've seen a lot of them.
Don't be so
I did my research.
All right, I don't know.
I was trying to break up the animosity there.
No, but I mean, you're
fired up.
No, but you're right.
People tell me all the time, bro, come on, fighters fight.
But I mean,
I've had a high-level fighter tell me that.
So what you're saying?
I don't care, bro. I fight.
So what you're saying is that take responsibility or don't complain.
Yep.
But everybody complains.
Everyone.
Okay.
And I go, that's fine
so
if you guys can do it, but do something
right,
about it.
Right.
Don't complain to me. Expect me to come on the show and constantly harp for you guys when you can't even get the same fucking matching socks on.
Yeah. And of course, we all know that because business is business, you're going to be taken advantage of until you make them pay a price for it, until you fight for your own worth. And the way you fight for your own worth is what? Not as individuals, but as a unified front.
And also, and this isn't a knock on, it's not Dana's job to make sure you guys get your shit together.
It's not his
He's
job.
a businessman and he has to make
He's
a
made
profit.
his money.
Yeah, he made a lot of money. But that's his job. His job was not to make sure you guys get equal rights. That is not on his conscience.
No.
That is not on his pay
Not his
scale.
responsibility.
No. That's there's no issue with him. It's the fighters.
Yep.
And these people go, fighters fight, man, lawyers lawyer. What the fuck?